We like the idea of dividing the season into two.
But if you're going to split it, the fourth episode, you have to land.
In a recent interview, Wednesday stars Emma Myers and Jenna Ortega shared insights into how Enid Sinclair will evolve in Season 2 of the hit Netflix series. Myers revealed that although she was initially nervous to reprise her role after a long break, stepping back into Enid's upbeat character came naturally. Both she and Ortega teased that Enid has matured over the summer, becoming more self-assured and a bit more of a badass.
If I'm not dead, then
While Enid began as comic relief in Season 1, she grew into a fan favorite with a storyline of her own, especially as she struggled to unlock her werewolf powers. Season 2 is expected to explore her development further, possibly showcasing the results of her werewolf training. Despite being an introvert in real life, Myers' portrayal of the extroverted Enid continues to resonate with audiences and marks a standout performance in her career. Wednesday will never admit it, how Enid is different in Wednesday Season 2 teased by Jenna Ortega and Emma Myers. Wednesday stars Emma Myers and Jenna Ortega discuss how Enid will be different this upcoming season, teasing that she's become a bit of a badass. Now doing the rounds for her new film in Minecraft movie, Myers reflects on returning as Enid Sinclair, the vivid response to Wednesday's gothic grayscale. In Season 1, Enid is first introduced as a comic relief character but grows into something of her own, transforming from a sidekick into a scene stealer. While she did have smaller roles before, Myers' performance in Netflix's Wednesday launched her into the spotlight. In a piece for Variety, Myers and Ortega tease how the former's character has transformed over the summer. Myers confessed she was initially nervous about stepping into the pastel-colored shoes of Enid again, but once she got to the table read, the bubbly character came back easily. However, she adds that Enid has grown over the summer and has become more comfortable with herself. Ortega echoes these latter sentiments, saying that she's a bit more of a badass this time around. Read their full comments below. Myers: I was kind of scared to go back, because I remember watching scenes of myself from Season 1 and being like, I don't know if I can recreate this now. It's been so long. But when we got to the table read, it immediately came back, like nothing had changed. I think I've lived with Enid for so long, it comes very naturally now. Also, there's no harm in changing things up, because Enid has changed over the summer. She's grown, and she's become more comfortable with herself. Ortega: Enid's a bit more of a badass this time around. It's interesting how, while Wednesday will never admit it if she doesn't have to, she really does have a friend. What this means for Wednesday Season 2. Will we see Myers' werewolf training properly put to use? Myers' charming performance and the development of a character with her own story to tell turned the sidekick into her own force with her own compelling authority, while aligning with her refreshingly quirky personality. The odd couple roommate dynamic between her and Wednesday was the emotional core of the Netflix show. However, her familial struggles to hone in on dormant powers within her was what gave the character her own compelling voice, complicating what could have been a seemingly simple character. Despite the 3-year gap between Wednesday Season 1 and 2, Myers' second quote indicates that far less time will have passed when the show returns. By stating that Enid's changed over the summer, it seems that only a few months will have passed within the show's timeline. That speculation aside, one thing viewers will be looking forward to seeing is how Enid's powers have evolved, and whether they'll see Myers' publicly known werewolf training put into full effect. Our take on Myers' reflection on returning as Enid. She's been with the character too long to forget her. Aside from being Myers' breakout role, Enid has been with the character too long for her to lose that bubbly yet somewhat dark spark. The initial hesitance is understandable, given the gap between shooting Season 1 and 2. At the same time, the character coming back to her naturally is even more understandable. While her characters since Wednesday's Enid, C.C. Walker in Family Switch and Pip in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, evoke a similar sense of family values, understated tenacity, and loyalty, they didn't have that intentionally overt bubbliness of Enid. During an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Myers mentioned that, as an introvert, while she did share Enid's optimism, the character's colorful clothing and extroverted nature clashed with her own style and disposition. I don't know if she still fully relates to that statement, but her ability to bring Enid to life again with ease, despite the seeming differences, speaks to her respectable dedication to her craft. With this in mind, her return to Wednesday should be anticipated and warmly welcomed by fans of the Netflix series.